Hey everybody, so I'm just making sure I've got everything set up right and just making sure volumes are okay and just that we're all running the way we should be running right now. So just bear with me 2 seconds. As you can see, I am going to try and carry on as the first thing with this page from Colouring Heaven's latest subscription magazine Halloween special. And this is actually one of the little challenges that they set everyone on their Facebook page if you felt like taking part. And it's basically to complete the page within a certain colour palette. So there's 6 colours, which I think you can see them all here. Well, I've got white and black there, but I haven't actually added any black to the page. I've added white just to smooth things together, but these are the 6 colours, and as you can see, one of them is actually broken, which I do have trouble with a lot with Prismacolors, is they seem to crumble away, and I don't know if it's going to focus on it properly, but it's actually been crumbling away and I've struggled to sharpen it. So it's really small, and as you can see, it's still not sharp on the end, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to carry on with that one, which is a shame because I didn't want to have to change colours halfway through an image. There's a few bits that I do really like on this image that I've done so far, and there's a few bits that I don't, so this is the first time I've ever restricted myself to a colour palette. And I like the way the leaves have looked. They look like they're on fire, and that's kind of what I wanted them to look like, because obviously autumn, Halloween themes. And I really like the way the hat's starting to come out, but I don't like the hair, so I'm going to try and do something with that. And I also think that the colours blend in too much with the trees. I quite like the mushrooms, and I'm not sure about the bushes. So I think I'm going to carry on with the trees, because that's what I was doing last night. I wasn't on the live stream last night, I was just doing them, and I used these 2 colours together for the trees. It's not quite a proper brown. This one's actually sandbar brown and ginger root. But that's all I really have to work with, I'm afraid. So I think since I did the kind of the light part of the tree facing upwards on that side, I'm going to do it facing that way on this side, and so do this side a darker colour. There's still quite a lot left to do on this image. I've still obviously got to work all the way through her hair, finish the hat, and then we've got the pumpkins to do, the bushes, and then her outfit. By the end of it, I can feel that I'm going to be fed up with these colours. I already am getting a bit fed up with them. But yeah, if you're here, welcome to the 12-hour live stream. I don't know what made me want to do a 12-hour one. I guess it's just the fact that I've never done one before. And I've kind of swapped my sleeping pattern over anyway to sleep in the day and work at night time, just because I wanted to do something different, and working from home kind of allows me to do that anyway, being able to just do my computer work at night time. And I thought, well, instead of just doing the odd live stream here and there and not knowing what I want to do for it, or just doing a few hours here and there, I'm going to book in a proper live stream and give it a good bash. But I'm going to have to obviously keep doing stuff to keep us occupied all night, so I've got some stuff out ready to move on to, but that's not saying that I'm going to feel like doing that next. But I've got the diamond painting in case I want to do that, and I've got my cross stitching, but I've also got out the watercolour pencils and the Mythomorphia book, because I kind of feel like doing having a go at the watercolour pencils again, because I'm not very good at them. I've only tried them once properly, which was only the other day, and so we're going to have a little bash with them probably, see how it goes. I feel that the Mythomorphia was quite good conduct for the water, it's not too bad. Hey Link, how are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for hosting. Just got up. That's really strange. Are you in America? Is that where you are around the world? I'm in the UK and it's night time here. It's currently 8:30 at night. I can feel some bumps underneath from some white gel pen where I've done it to get the pen working, and it's making like little ridges on the colouring. Oh, I see. Half past 1, so it's like kind of half a day different. I've not done these trees very neat. I've kind of just gone in and just smudged them together, because sometimes just doing rough streaks make the tree look better anyway, because obviously there's going to be textures on wood, so I'm not fussed too much about it. And to be honest, this sandbar brown is not one of my favourite colours, neither is this one either, ginger root. Are you going to be streaming yourself today, Link? If I get bored of this picture, I might move on to the other one, because I started another one in this book that I loved. Let me see where it is. This one. It's barely started, but I really enjoyed that one. It's a busy image though, so it's probably going to take ages. Which we have ages on this stream. We have another 11.5 hours to go. No, not really. I've swapped my sleep schedule around as well, and I kind of just am awake at night now doing my work and go to bed in the daytime. And so I kind of just wanted to, instead of bitting and bobbing with some streams, I really wanted to give a 12-hour stream a go. So I've not done one before. And most of the time I'm just crafting anyway, so I might as well talk to you while I'm doing it. I wanted to see if I was able to do a 12-hour stream as well, because I can imagine it being quite difficult towards the end. I've got food here ready. I've got some tuna pasta, and I've got drinks to hydrate. We should be good. I've got plenty of crafts laid up behind me in case I want to move on to any of them. I've actually moved on to a new, well not a new, but a different cross stitch project. I've got a lot on the go. A lot of them are really, really big projects that are from Heaven and Earth Designs, and I've got another one out of my whip stash that I have recently popped onto a ground guard, a Q-snap frame, to kind of rotate with my other project and get stitching some more progress on it. And it's actually a piece of artwork by Jasmine Beckett Griffith, and those that are in the colouring community will know that she's a well-known artist in the colouring community who does colouring books, and I have one of her colouring books myself, but I also have some of her artworks to do as cross stitch charts, so it's quite interesting the way both communities cross over, and it's sometimes really strange seeing it as a colouring piece and as a stitchy piece. But it is a piece that I love, and I actually lost the chart to it, but since I've been told about an app called Pattern Keeper that you can use on your phone, and you can actually track your pattern on it, I've just done it on there because I could reprint the chart off now that I found it, because I thought that I'd lost it altogether. I thought that I didn't save the chart on my computer, or if I did that I thought that I deleted it, because this is a chart that I started years ago. But I found it, but instead of printing it off again, I can just use it on the app, which is pretty cool. And it's not a big piece compared to some of the other projects that I have on the go. It's only about 6, maybe 8 pages, whereas some of the other ones are a lot more than that. But I have that here in the background, which I'll show everyone. So this is what I've done so far, and then this is what it is going to look like at the end. So you can see that we've started her hair and the top of her eyeball. The thing that I really like about Jasmine Beckett Griffith's artwork is like her style that she does with the girls. I just think are really, really cute. The big eyes and the eyelashes, I just love it. And this one's got a little unicorn, so really, really cute. And I love the hair colours. So it shouldn't take too long to complete this, because you can see the second page there is already over halfway of her head. So I think there's only one more page to go here, and then it's just downwards. So it's a smaller piece compared to my other ones. When I get 3 weeks November of time off, I'll be doing longer streams than at least a 24-hour stream. Now that's brave. What are you going to be doing 3 streams, do you think? Are you going to be cooking, or are you going to be doing like a chat, or mixture of both maybe? I think it's definitely worth it, isn't it, as well, because sometimes it can be hard to put the hours into a stream, because sometimes it feels like you've started a stream and then you've basically got to finish the stream after an hour or so, because of just because of like daily things you've got to get done. So it's nice to get a good chunk of time in there. You can get properly settled into your stream then. Yeah, she does some really, really good artwork. I love her style. I really like the colouring book of hers as well. She's got a few of them out. I only have one of them at the minute, and I just really like her style. The same as Hannah Lynn. I've got some of hers as cross stitch charts and colouring books too, and it's really nice to see them cross over like that. That sounds really good. That's really interesting. I'll definitely be interested in watching that kind of stream that you do. Do you do YouTube as well, or do you just do Twitch? I would have popped over to watch your stream today, but obviously I'll be on there myself, but I will catch your stream again soon. Going with the lighter colour. This is finally the last tree by the looks of it. Then gold. It's weird because I do normally enjoy doing the colouring anyway, and I enjoy certain pictures more than others, obviously everyone would, but it's like I enjoy this one but I don't. So I've enjoyed doing it, bits and pieces of it, and enjoy the challenge, but I'm also getting a bit fed up of it with the same colours over and over. I kind of just want it to be done. As you can see, I've kind of just moved my way around the page because I kept getting bored of each bit, so I'd move on to another bit. I don't know what I'm going to do about the hair. I'm really not happy with the hair at all. So I'm going to have to really try and do something with the pumpkin, because obviously I'm going to use the majority of these colours on a pumpkin, I think. Try and fit nearly all of them in, apart from maybe the brown and things. But it would be mostly oranges, and then adding some greens in. But I'm just not confident, and I'm really annoyed that this orange is just gone all crappy. I don't know if anybody else experiences problems like this with the Prismacolors, but it's literally just, you can't see it properly, but it's literally just crumbled away. And I've had it with a few of the Prismacolors. I like these because they're a lot easier to blend than polychromos, but then you're also sacrificing quality, because some of these pencils that I've had have crumbled all the way to the bottom and I've not had a chance to use it. I'm just sharpening it and it just keeps crumbling, sharpening, crumbling, and I can't get a point out of it. It's really frustrating. And I've got two sets of them from different places, so it's not that, well, if one's a fake, I don't think they both are a fake. One is from a proper shop. It's just the way that they are. I think they're just made a lot softer. I guess that's a bit better, but it's still really, as soon as I push down on that, it's just going to crumble away. I can't get a good point out of that now, which is annoying. I don't want to have to swap colours halfway through using it. Hi Davindy. Don't make yourself do something you don't enjoy. Oh, that's too true. I agree. I guess I just felt like I needed to finish it because I'd started it for the challenge. That's why I've been coming back and going, and then coming back and going to it a few times over the last few days to just add to it bit by bit. I'm probably not going to do it for very long tonight. I'll move on to another one, But I like the fact I added makeup onto her a little bit because I'm not very confident with makeup, and I added like eyeshadow and eyeliner and lipstick in this colour, and this is my new favourite colour. I love it. It's Red Violet 194 in the polychromos, and I do love it now, and I really like the way that the hat is turning out. I'm just a bit scared to do it over here in case I ruin it, but to do the hat I added this and this and blended it with the whites. Time for outside time. I got to focus more on the boys, so I will have ears off but still. Oh, no problem, Nick. Thank you so much for lurking and for joining the stream. I completely understand. Let's go in. I'll try and maybe do a bit more of the hat before I give up on this piece today. I've only just started it and I'm already giving up on it. I'm going to sharpen it first. So next I can't decide because I brought a load of books in out of like where I keep them all, and they're all books that I want to do some pictures in. I've got a load of Halloween books that I want to start colouring in because obviously Halloween's approaching, and then I've also brought in Mythomorphia to do a watercolour watercolour pencil design in it. So I can't really decide what I want to move on to next. Choices. It's so warm in here though, so I do apologise if you keep hearing me put the fan on and off. I've turned it off now, so you probably noticed a difference in the sound in the background. There's not a whirring noise as much, but I might have to turn it back on again in a bit. It's just so warm up here. My house is weird like that. Like upstairs, which is where I am, it's super hot in the summer, but it's freezing in the winter, so it's hard to get it right. So I think I'm going to add highlight around this part. And then do another highlight down here. And then I think I'm going to do that bit a bit lighter as well. So to do the bottom bit of the hat, I literally just went in with this colour first, and then, but I didn't press very hard, and then I went in and pressed a bit harder, but also added orange to the tops of it, and I added oranges to the edges of the highlights, and then just kept going in layer after layer. But I think I want to press in harder in these like creases of the heart, because they weren't down here. So I'll go in with the orange just in case I end up going over where I wanted to do with the orange. Sometimes that's the trouble, you know, when you want to add highlight, but then you kind of end up adding too much and then there's no room left for your highlight. That's me. I do that. What this challenge has done with me as well though is it's got me using colours together that I would not have normally put together. So I would never have put these two colours together normally. They're not even that abstract of colours to go together, it's just something I wouldn't have thought of. So like to do this hat originally I would have just gone in with one colour but different kind of shades of that colour, so I would have done it like darker and then lighter of the same colour. I wouldn't have used two different colours. So I guess it is getting you to think outside the box and just think of different ways to, even though you're adding the same 6 colours across the whole page, you don't want everything to look the same, so you're thinking of different ways to make new colours with the 6 colours, if you know what I mean. I've been putting the top of this hat off for a day or two though because it was really intimidating me, but you kind of just have to get stuck in and just get it done. Once it's out the way it never seemed too bad once you start having a go with it. I've got quite a few Halloween colouring books because I'm a big fan of horror anyway, so those kind of colouring books I do enjoy colouring, but I haven't pulled them out all year round, so now is the perfect time to pull those ones out, and I have brought them in to start picking away at some of the Halloween images. I just can't believe how quickly it's creeping up on us. Partway through September already, it's crazy. That's the little creases done almost. I'm going to add the white into them to blend them together. I normally use, like, the white wasn't added in the colour palette, but I use white as a blending pencil. I never used to use white as a blending pencil either, it's so weird. It just kind of happened, and then I've not been able to go back ever since, because I was on the hunt for the perfect blending pencil, and I started using white to add a highlight to something, I think, and smudged it in and realised that actually that works out quite nice to blend with. Getting hot again. Time for the fan. I'm curious to see how many other people are actually taking part in this little colouring challenge as well. I'm going to have a look in the Facebook group tomorrow and see other people's progress and see how they kind of made these 6 colours work. So I think it's quite cool as well, being able to see, with you all using the same colour palette, it's quite nice to be able to see everyone's adaptations of that. I've used so much of this colour on this page. I love it. It is my favourite out of the 6 colours for sure. I thought, because at first I was going to give her orange lipstick as well, but I felt like this made the perfect like autumny fall coloured lipstick that people would wear. I guess that I would wear too if I wore lipstick. I do think it suits me very well. I have so many projects that I've started though and I just haven't finished. Like, I'm one of those massive serial starters where I'll just start colouring a page and then I'll get bored and just get too impatient about starting another page, so then I'll just start another page and then to say to myself, right, I'll make sure I go back to that one, and then I just don't, and I'll just keep moving on to other pages. It's so bad. I haven't even done a finished colouring pages video for my YouTube channel yet because of this, because most of my pages are half started and not completely finished. So I'm going to have to go through, finish a load of them to actually have a video to start with. That's where I'm really trying to carry on with this one, even when I'm getting bored of it. I'm just really trying to stick at it just so I've at least got a finish. And with it being a challenge that other people are taking part in as well, it kind of motivates me a little bit more. I would have given it up by now, definitely. Up to the highlight. It's hard to see on the camera as well because the way the light shines on it, it's all shiny. Weird. Here are a couple of the Halloween colouring books that I have. So this is the Jade summer one that I brought in to maybe attempt some pictures in. They're really basic images, but probably quick finishes, to be honest. They're the kind of images that I would go with markers on just to make it a little bit quicker and easier. Because a lot of open spaces on the images, it would use a lot of your pencil, but using a marker would probably be a lot better. But I'm not a professional with the markers. And then this one from Hannah Lynn, but I bought this second hand without realising. I thought that I was buying it new, and obviously it's got all this mess on the front, and there was a couple of images inside that's been attempted, but it's not too bad. I managed to still do an image myself in here, and there's a lot of images that haven't been started, so not too bad. That's the one that I did last Halloween. That was one of the first images that I did when I started adult colouring again. But some of these in here, like that wasn't me, that was already in here, and things like that. Oh, that was another one that I did last year. I wanted to make it look like Red Riding Hood. So to say it's a second-hand book, it's not a bad second-hand book. And then we also have the new release from Tatiana Bergamer, Nice Little Town Halloween, and I've started an image in here as well. It's too cute not to start this one. Tried to make the bushes look all autumny and bright orange. I wanted to use a lot of bright colours on here, but mostly like purples, oranges and greens for Halloween. I just love the giant foot. They're so cute, these little images. The little mice are dressed up as a Halloween and a fox. And them little like potato ghosts. That's what I think they look like. Oh, Tatiana, it's a new release. She's only just released it. I literally, as soon as I saw that she'd released a Halloween one, I got it. It's really, really cute, isn't it? I love her artwork. The little mice scenes. I think I got it from Amazon. I think Amazon just knows that I get that many colouring books from them, that if they send me an announcement of a new release, then I'm going to go and get it. So they do like to come and tell me, because they'll most likely make money. So I think that's how I found out. I got a notification off Amazon saying like, Tatiana's latest release. Okay, getting to the tricky bit now. Going with the orange. I normally go and like smooth it so there's no harsh lines. I'm actually glad that I stuck with it and got this hat done today, because I was just going to skip it, but it's quite a big task on the page to get done. I really want to find some other people that are interested in scary stuff, like horror and scary stories, because I would love to talk about like conspiracy theories and like haunted stories and scary stories, and hear everyone else's stories. I watch that kind of stuff on YouTube every single day because I love it. I'm so interested in it. I don't necessarily believe all the stories, but a lot of them are really strange. I watch a lot of urban exploration videos as well, where they go and explore like abandoned buildings and kind of like abandoned places. I quite enjoy watching them. I'd love to do that myself, but I wouldn't ever dare go on my own, and I wouldn't have anyone to go with that would want to go and do that. It would be pretty dangerous to do it on your own, especially if you're not coming across people that are living there or kind of that are already there, kind of thing. But there's a few people that are like really established on YouTube that I watched. One of them is called Mosaji. One of them is called Oh My Gosh. And then I watched these two called Sam and Colby. And then I also watched people in the UK called Exploring with Fighters, and what was the other one called? Can't remember what the other one's called. I like to watch a channel called Chills as well, where he does a load of, like, he narrates a load of videos where it's like top 5 scary videos, quote-unquote, stuff like that. But he has a unique voice. If you've not heard him before, search Chills on YouTube and then go listen to his voice, because that is what he's well known for, his voice. I don't know if I like the way this hat's turned out in the end. It's a bit strange. This here looks a little bit like a galaxy. Or like one of those black hole things that you see in the universe. It's kind of turned out a little strange. Maybe if I brush it this way. Very cute. It's made it look a bit flat on the top. I think, like I've made it look like that bit's really gone flat instead of rounded. Oh well. You live and you learn. You live and you learn not to do this image again. Try and smooth out some of these lines, maybe that's what's making it look less rounded. I think I'm going to go in with a white gel pen anyway and add highlights to it. I think that's as best as it's going to get without me just completely ruining it. Because you can end up putting too much on the paper and then I'll end up going through it. Now, do we move on to another section or do we move on to another book? That is the question. There's not that much left of it now, I guess, though. These pumpkins are going to be a big task, I think. But I guess once they're done, all you've really got to do then is the outfit, the hair, and then the background. I don't know what I'm going to do as the sky because I've only got these colours, so unless we do like a sunset, but then that's going to add a lot more oranges again to the page, so I don't know if that'd be too much orange. So maybe we'll have to leave the background. I really don't know how I feel about these bushes. We're just going to have to do makeshift shadows because I know I got the black pencil out but it isn't part of the colour scheme, so I feel like I'm cheating if I use it. I know I've been using the white, but that is like, I think I can get away with saying that's my blending pencil. But if I add black as a shadow, that probably is cheating. I think these songs are going to end up repeating themselves later. I don't know if I've got 12 hours worth of songs to play. I'm playing them through a website called Epidemic Sound, which I've got a subscription with to enable me to play songs on streams and YouTube videos and everything like that on media, because obviously you would need to give credit and royalties and everything like that. So I kind of searched by mood and I searched happy, because I realised a lot of the songs I added to my playlist was all like depressing songs. I just liked them, but then I didn't listen to the words properly and then realised they were really depressing. So I thought if I search happy, maybe that would be a bit nicer for everybody to listen to. And I have no idea how much music they have on the website. And we've got 12 hours of music to get through, so they weren't like massively depressing, the songs I had on my playlist, but they seemed to be all about going through breakups and stuff for some reason. There must be like a big genre on there, which I'm not doing. I'm not going through a breakup. Me and Michael are pretty happy together, but I didn't want anyone to get any kind of, I don't know, thinking that that's what's happening. That's why I listen to all those sad songs. Right, let's see if I can get a use out of this pencil, because I can see some leaves. I'm really glad that I managed to get all the leaves done with this colour though, because it definitely made a difference to the leaves, being able to use 2 different oranges. Maybe I could add, oh, a big chunk's come off. Maybe I could add some of this orange into this, it might make a difference in the hat. It's just literally breaking away. I don't know. Bit gutted. You can definitely tell the difference in the pencils too. When you swap from Prismacolor to Polychromo, the Prismacolors are really waxy and crumbly and feel like, almost like crayons, whereas these actually feel like a pencil. It's really, really strange. You can feel the difference in quality in the pencil itself, like the sturdiness, but that's probably also one of the reasons why the Prismacolors are easier to blend as well, because they're really waxy. So it's a shame. They both have their perks. Boiling. I don't know what to do next. Like I say, I'm really unhappy with the hair, so I'm leaving that till last, I think, because it blends in too much with the trees and I just don't like it. I'm not sure what colour to do the bands on a hat, because I kind of want to separate it from the rest of the hat, so I don't know whether to do it green, I don't know, maybe green and orange. Also, the pencil sharpener that I'm using is this T-Gal one, and it was recommended to me because of when I used to moan about the Prismacolor pencils in the Facebook groups, and people said use this pencil sharpener, this will do you so much better, and it has. It actually, to say I still get a lot of breaks with the pencils, it has kind of helped with it. I don't get as many breaks. It hasn't resolved the problem, because the problem lies with the pencil itself, but it's definitely reduced how much it happens, I guess. been thinking about giving the watercolour pencils a go tonight though, because I had a good go with them the other day that I mentioned in my most recent YouTube video, and I was kind of just practicing in one of the other books that I have, and then I learnt some techniques from YouTube and then took them to one of the Mythomorphia books because I saw that they used these specific branded pencils in that book and they looked really good on that paper, so I wanted to achieve the same look, if you know what I mean. So I knew that if I achieved it, then I managed to do it. It's not because of the paper, and it seemed to look really good, so I brought the Mythomorphia book in with me ready in case I want to give that a go, because it feels a lot more like painting than colouring, and I enjoy, well, I've always wanted to be able to paint, so I enjoy the thought of painting, so I might just give it a go. It might end up looking terrible like my first lot of watercolour pencil painting did, but that's how you learn, practice, and I'll just end up learning live where everyone can see. Hopefully it'll turn out alright. It's the Arteza watercolour pencils that I have, so they're not the best brand, they're a cheaper brand, but they're also perfectly fine to use, and they are a good starting company to get all your stuff with too, because when I first started out in the colouring world kind of thing, which wasn't that long ago, only last year, I purchased a lot of stuff, and my partner purchased a lot of stuff for me from Arteza at first because I didn't know the best things to get. I didn't know what all the brands were even called, but I knew that Arteza existed, and they do everything. So they've got all your markers, they've got brush markers, they've got your pencils, they've got the watercolour pencils, they just do so much different things. So I wanted to start off using those because they're still not cheap, but they're on the cheaper side compared to some of the brands, and they're a good starting place to know that, like, if you did kind of carry on with all the crafts, then maybe then purchase some of the more expensive stuff later on. But when I didn't know whether I was going to be carrying it on or not, it was a good place to start. So I have a lot of the Arteza stuff, and I do like them. I like their pencils. I've got the biggest set that you can get, I can't remember how many it is now, and I've got the markers and the brush markers as well, which is something that I want to brush up my skills on because I'm not good at using markers, so I'd like to watch some videos and tutorials on what to do with them. And I love the way that they come as well. My partner did get me them, and they came in these really big, like, I can't explain, it's like a big box made of like fabric, and the lid's like Velcro, and you fold it open and then it just like folds out like a book, so you can like flip through the layers of pens kind of thing. But another thing that I was going to give it a go tonight as well is, the other day I purchased some acrylic paint, just some cheap paint. This was on my last YouTube video of like my Crafty haul, and I purchased this with the intent of having my first ever go at whiting out the black lines of the drawings, to have a go at colouring it in so that it looked like it hadn't been drawn with black outlines. I've seen a lot of people do, and I like the outcome of what that looks like. So I researched the best things to use to white out the black lines, and I know a lot of people said to use acrylic or gouache paint. So I'm starting with the acrylic, and I'll give it a go and see how it turns out, and see, I don't know where we can go from there with it really. By going over the top of this green with this white, it's made it look like a different shade of green, so then at least it's not all the same looking greens all over the page. I think I might go in with the next lines in the orange, or maybe leave it white. I never normally like to leave anything white though. It's probably going to bug me if I left it white. Can't decide. Might leave it white for now because I can always just go in and colour it later. I think I'm also going to give her a green scarf. I think she's wearing. It looks like it might be a big coat and then maybe a scarf. I think we're going to give her a scarf. If it's not a scarf, it is now. So I think I might do this matching the hat thing. Hi Louise, thank you so much. These colours I actually didn't choose myself. It was from a Colouring Heaven Facebook page little challenge. It was a colour palette given to us to try and get this image done within these 6 colours, so that's what I've attempted to do. I've never done a colouring challenge like this before, so it's something new. Hard to make out what's what around here though with the outfit. I think this whole thing's a scarf. So down here as well. I'm going to just use the white pencil again just to blend it all. And it'll probably come out looking like a completely different green to the rest of the page, so even though we've definitely used the same colours, it might make it look like we haven't. It's quite hard to get like the different folds in the scarf to look normal. I presume it's a scarf anyway. You know, I'm kind of just making it so that the scarf, all this is the scarf, and then it's going to come down here. That's just what I think it is, and then I think this bit might be it, and then maybe a big jacket, I'm not sure. I'll give it a bit of a sharpen. Because I don't think there's any need to keep mixing too many colours together on this page. You can kind of leave some of them just all one colour, not like the hat. Otherwise it'd probably be too in your face. Kind of hard to see where I need to go with the colours, so I'm definitely not professional. I kind of just add it bit by bit. I'm going to blend all these bits together with a white pen, well, white pencil should I say, white pen. And then I'll try and think up of what I want to get done next. I might move on to the watercolour pencils next, just to do something a bit different. I do have the diamond painting behind me as well, but that's going to take quite a bit of setting up because obviously I'm going to need to hold it down with stuff, so that might be something to do later. If you were wanting to catch this whole stream or watch certain parts of it for different crafts, it will be up on my Twitch and my YouTube channel even after the stream's ended, so you'll be able to go back in and watch certain sections if you were wanting to. So I'm probably going to be changing crafts a few times throughout the night. We're only 1.5 hours into the stream, so there's still a long way to go. Let's try some of the white before we move on. Make sure it looks alright. I think I've done a gap, a bit too big gap there. The thing is that I like about blending with the white pencil though is it also gives the white there for the highlight, and then it also, you can drag in the other colour around it. Sometimes with a blending pencil it will just drag in the colour around it and then change it to that colour. It doesn't give you the option to do a bit of it as the white in the middle. I don't even know if I'm making sense. Trying to get rid of any harsh lines as well from the greens to make sure it fully looks like fabric. So you can still go back on top of the blended parts and add some more colour to it if you don't feel like you've got enough pigment there. If it's kind of made it too light or took away a lot of the green, you can still go back on top of the white pencil and just add that back in again. Because as you can see, it's obviously lightened it up a lot. There's some bits I wanted to keep dark, so you can just go back in and add it. Sorry if this is shaking the camera too. I'm pushing down quite hard so it's like wobbling the table a little bit. Yes, of course, I'm using a mixture of Prismacolor and Polychromos because for the 6 colours of the palette colour I didn't feel like matched perfectly from one set of pencils. So this green is Prismacolor Kelly Green, but then like the red that I used is the Red Violet Polychromo 194, and then I've got Polychromo for the orange, and then Prismacolor for this colour, and then Prismacolor for the brownie colour. Smoothing it out quite nicely. It almost looks blurry, but I like that blurry effect when I'm going for a highlight. I called it a smudge on one of my videos, I think. Going for the smudge effect. I'm a bit intimidated by the pumpkins, that's for sure. Sometimes I enjoy doing pumpkins, sometimes I don't. But I'm a little bit nervous with these colours because I feel like I know what look I want to go for in my head. I kind of want the kind of pumpkins, you know, because they're not fully orange. Sometimes they have streaks of green in them. They're all different shades of different colours, and I'd love that effect to go right, but I just don't know if it will. So I'll probably use the greens and all the oranges and a bit of the kind of reddy colour, but whether it's going to turn out the way that I hope, I have no idea. I'm gonna there with a scarf. I don't know what colour I'm going to do a jacket. No idea. It's not like I have many to choose from, but can't decide. I'll have to do a Halloween live stream and sit here colouring a Halloween picture with the candle burning and tell some spooky stories. My favourite thing to do. Well, I don't have spooky stories to tell. I'm not very good at telling stories, but I love to listen to spooky stories. we're about done with this nearly now. Not really much else to be added into I didn't want to make too much of a big deal out of the scarf because it's not. I wanted the hat to be really the centerpiece. And I'm sorry if the camera's shaking, I'm pressing down really hard with this white. That bit kind of done, and then I'll do this bit here. It looks really thin there, doesn't it, compared to the scarf? It looks like that's the end of the scarf there. Maybe she wrapped it round her neck really tight, I don't know. Just noticed a leaf there that we missed. There's some down here as well. I love the leaves there, they almost look like they're on fire. There's something I find really therapeutic about watching people colour though, and I don't know why, because I actually watch a lot of people colouring on YouTube as well, or just have it on in the background while I'm colouring, and I just find it really therapeutic to watch. Or also there's just something really satisfying about it. I don't know why. Just seeing like the colours that fill up shapes. It's really strange. Maybe I'm just weird. Quite a lot of images in this book that I really like, so this will be the last one I do in here, definitely. It's actually a really good Halloween book, because normally with their books I'll get maybe 1 or 2 images that I like in the whole book mostly, and then the others will be like meh, give or take, but in this one there's actually quite a few that I do actually just want to get on and do. And I actually have 2 copies of this book because I thought that it was a special and not included in this monthly subscription, but then it was included in the subscription, so I've ended up with 2, and then I had another one come, so I've ended up with 3 somehow. Well, I've paid for 2 of them, so I think I'm going to keep 2 of them anyway because I like the book, and I'm either going to put one up for sale or do a giveaway or something with the other one. So if any of you are interested in this book and don't have it, drop me a comment and let me know, and I'll have a look at it. Maybe just asking for the covering the postage costs, because I definitely don't need 3 copies. It's quite a good book. I haven't done a flip through yet on my channel, but I will be doing. There's some quite creepy pictures at the back of zombies. And these ones I found really scary images. They're more horror kind and they're really, really creepy. Like this one here, she has like somebody posted a picture of what the original artwork looked like, coloured in by the artist, because they weren't sure what it was supposed to look like, parts of it, and her mouth's like exposed as though it's been ripped apart like a zombie. Like you're supposed to be looking at the inside of her mouth there, so it's really creepy. And this one, she's sewing up her eye. They're so scary. I've not normally seen images this scary before in a colouring book, so I do actually like it. This one is creepy, their eyes. And that one really haunts me. I know it's a doll or something, but it's also got a spine, like a human spine, so it's probably got a lot of meanings to it. It's just creepy. And that one's creepy too. These look a bit more like Hannah Lynn style, but it's not Hannah Lynn, it's actually Simona Candini, but it looks a bit like Hannah Lynn's style. I like this girl, and she's got octopus tentacles for legs. And this one's a fish. But these are the images that are my favourite, the Artisan Here by Jen Katz. I actually ended up looking at her Instagram, her Etsy page after this book, because I loved her images, but her favourite ones that she does are actually in this book, so I didn't get any more. But I do really like them, like this one I really like with the cat and the ghosties, and this one I've actually started. I like the way that it turned out up here. We've got a lot to do on it, and this is another busy one. It's really cool. I just really like her style. And this one, and then these are moving on to the kind of witchy girls. So if any of you are interested, let me know. You can either contact me on like Instagram or on here. You can direct message me if you don't want to put it on, and just let me know if you've been looking at getting hold of this book, and I'll probably just ask for the postage cost really, so I'm not fussed. Or I might do a giveaway, it depends, I don't know. Can't decide, but I definitely don't need 3 copies. 2 will be enough. Why was I sharpening the orange? What was I going to go in with the orange for? I do not know. Oh, the leaf. Maybe we should do a jacket in this colour as well. I'm literally going to be like heating up this whole pencil in this picture because I like it. And we've got these leaves down in this bottom corner too. Put this on the side. It's difficult to get at this angle because the camera stand's actually right here, so my arm ends up catching it. Let's hope that the dark orange lets us just get a bit more use out of it. trying to make out what that is. See if I can get a bit sharpened out of this pencil. So small now. I don't have a pencil extender either. I really need to get one. There's also a big crack in the pencil, I don't know if you can see it. It's so tiny now. Ugh, nope. So frustrating. Press really lightly. Really on its last leg, this. The sad part is I've had to sharpen it this low from actually really high up the pencil, so I've barely got any use out of this colour. tries Mr. V a lot. Not sure what time of the night to eat my tuna pasta. Maybe about 3, maybe 4 in the morning. It's really weird getting up and having breakfast at night time. I wouldn't have to brush anywhere near the amount of lead away if I wasn't using Prismacolors, because they are the ones that are extra crumbly, and there's just always so much on the paper that you need to brush away because it'll end up getting pressed into the paper where you don't want it to go. These leaves haven't come out anywhere near as good as the others have because of that bloody orange. I'm glad that we got all those leaves done before it decided to be annoying. And this is literally just a makeup brush that I'm using. Okay, what do we have left? We have the bushes, the hair, and the pumpkin.